speak, even to be able to have vocal cords at all. So I got out of the singing. It was just something that just was a passion of mine, so I got out of it. But what I learned in that, during that time, is how to exercise my diaphragm, because I wasn't also breathing for my diaphragm. I didn't even know I had a diaphragm. I had thought that was the thing you did to prevent from getting pregnant. I didn't know that, I was in my early 20s. I was very naive. So she told me to lay flat on my back, and she put books on my diaphragm. And she says, now breathe in and out, but you have to make sure the books are going up and down, up and down. So that's how I exercise my diaphragm. So when we were kids, when all of us were little, we would swim, and we'd have our friend count how long we'd stay underneath the water. And then every time we did it, we could stay a little longer. First time was 10 seconds, and 15, then 20, then 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds if some of us were really good at it. And what you were doing is each time that you were going down underwater, you were exercising the diaphragm, which is like a balloon, and strengthening the muscle. That's why you could stay longer. So that's why swimmers, they can go for long periods of time underwater. Or people I used to play the flute, so anybody that plays a wind instrument knows how to use their diaphragm. Or a singer would know how to use their diaphragm, or an actor or an actress, when you went to drama, would teach you how to breathe from your diaphragm, because it's just part of the learning process, to be able to speak for long periods of time, or sing for long periods of time, or play for long periods of time without taking a breath. So use your diaphragm. It is a muscle. Exercise it so that way you're not exhausted by the end of your shift. You'll have more energy. It actually increases energy in your body. So that's just showing you the pooching out. What? I was going to say something for you. I was going to make it funny. But you might not laugh at it, so I'm just not going to say it. All right. And then also, some of us have a squeaky, mousy, nasally voice. Have you ever heard somebody with a... Right? You know somebody, right? Is that you?
No.
No. Okay, so if they have a squeaky, nasally, or mousy, or even froggy voice, you have to control that, and you can actually control that through your diaphragm, and I can change my voice really low like this, and then I can go really high like this, and I can sound natural like this. And so just have to, if you have a squeaky, mousy voice, it's not very attractive, so change it. You can change your voice and make it more rounder and more fuller and sound more pleasant, unless you want to be squeaky the rest of your life. Okay. We did the diaphragm. Smile. All right. I know you guys are not smiling when you're on the phone, unless the prospect makes you laugh. Right? Okay, you need to smile. In the old days, we used to have little mirrors on our computer screens, and we would look in the mirror, and we were told, smile and dial. And we would smile every time we look in the mirror, especially us ladies, we're checking ourselves out, and we're smiling and doing little selfies in the mirror, right? You do need to smile when you're on the phone, so let's validate the effectiveness of smiling. By the count of 3, you're going to say you're really going to like it. But I don't want you to smile, all right? By the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you sound like you just got out of the morgue, So now you're going to grin ear to ear. You don't have to feel like smiling as long as your lips are curving up. That's all. You could be in a really bad mood. You could have an attitude problem that day. But if your lips curve up, you sound different. So we're going to do the same exercise, 1, 2, 3. By the count of 3, you're going to say you're really going to like it, but you're going to curve your lips up, all right? 1, 2, 3.
You're really going to like it.
All right, good job. Can you hear it? You can hear the smile. So when you're not smiling, it sounds like this, and when you are smiling, it sounds like this. It just sounds more pleasant. And so the prospect will want to stay on the phone with you longer because maybe they're kind of depressed and you don't know what's going on the other end of the phone, right? You can't see the prospect. You don't know if they're having a hard time. But if you're a light to their day and you make them happy and feel good, then they're going to stay on the phone with you because they like you. And if they like you, they're going to hear you and they're going to listen to what you say. And really, is your offer a great offer?
Yes.
Yes, you have a great offer. So you need time to be able to present it. But then when they give you time, you need to present it well. All right, and the last thing is, before we're out of this, is listening. You need to listen. When we listen to the recordings, we hear oftentimes the agent's really not listening to what the prospect is saying. And so you've got to listen. And one of the things I listen for is, first of all, I listen to what the prospect's saying because it's important for me to have that information. But also, if the prospect is painting mental images in my mind, that means the prospect is saying something of value to them, something that's important to them. If they're repeating themselves or repeating certain words, they're also expressing something that's of value or of importance to them. So just do a mental list, a mental checklist of what that is and remember that. So, because it may be something that you can use as a part of your sales presentation where you can customize that presentation and adapt it to that specific prospect. Does that make sense? So just listen. Alright, we're not going to go into key to do this because we don't have time. And let's okay, we're going to get out of this, and before we go to the next, take your 10-minute break, but please come back in 10 minutes.